The 2026 Mercedes-Benz AMG GLS 63 in Alpine Gray over macchiato beige interior, a sticker price of over $157,000. Horsepower and torque numbers over 600, handcrafted bi-turbo V8. Is this enough to beat the competition? I'm Anthony from Supercar Throttle, and I'm going to go over some pros and cons while I'm talking about the competition, because it's going to start heavy when it goes into the Germans, because now Audi has a SQ9 coming to North America, which should be right at the same numbers to the 0 to 60. Range Rover is going to be sharing the same engine when you go into the SV as the BMW X7 M60i. What makes this special is what's housed underneath the hood. It's a handcrafted bi-turbo V8 with hybrid assist, producing 603 horsepower with 627 pound-feet of torque, paired to a AMG Speed Shift TCT 9-speed automatic transmission, reaching 60 at 4.1 seconds with a top speed around 155 miles per hour, achieving 15 mpgs for the city, 20 mpgs for the highway, with a combined of 17 mpgs. And with this type of suspension layout, it could be more adjusted for a luxury drive or a performance drive. With AMG Active Ride Control suspension, that's based on AMG Ride Control Plus, AMG Performance 4MATIC all-wheel drive, AMG Electronic Limited Slip Differential, active dynamic engine mounts. I mean, what they're doing underneath this vehicle is like a mad scientist, making it to be that luxury but yet performance drive with rear axle steering, so you don't have to worry about a 50-50 weight distribution, because they're doing it when you do that. So it makes it easy to get in and out, because this is over 200 inches. This is literally a rocket, or a tank, I should say, on wheels. Full LED headlights and daytime runnings, and you have the enlarged grille with the vertical bars, the 3-point badge, 7.9 to 8 inches of clearance, which is about 200 to 203 millimeters. The lower will get the satin aluminum that's going to go all around it, with your front parking sensors. You have this little lip right here, so it makes it look a lot more aggressive, fitting 6 or 7 occupants. And I'm sure you could probably get the 0 to 60 numbers quicker. You could probably go quicker on a top speed, but in the state of Florida, let's face it, you go 100 miles an hour or more, you're going to jail. And anything in a 4 to 3-ish second 0 to 60 in this size of a vehicle is insane. Now you can option up to a 23-inch wheel. This is a 285/45/22 up front with a 325/40/22 out back. Those red brake calipers are housing 6 pistons in the front. You get a single floating caliper back there. The disc, 15.7 inches or 319 millimeters. The rear, 14.5 or 368 millimeters. So Mercedes ticks the box for the everyday drive, the track drive, and I guess practicality if you could afford over $157,000 in those MPGs. LED taillights that goes into the chrome bar that circles around the whole rear. The lower gets the more aggressive finish with the quad exhaust tips. AMG is going to be inside with the satin aluminum. You get the diffuser. It's already cut out for the towing, maxing at 7,700 pounds or 3,500 kg. This scuff plate, that's an extra charge, as well as these door handles with the chrome on top. That's going to be a con, because now we are kind of nickel and diming. There's only one trim to choose from when you're going to the 63 variant also. You have 21 different exterior colors, 15 interior different colors, which I appreciate that, because most of the time with the automotive industry nowadays, you're lucky to get 5 to 8 different colors. So now to entertain, is it worth to go this route or the competition? Audi, we don't know yet because we don't have it in North America. Going to Range Rover, you're going to spend 30 to 50 grand more than this. So you might as well entertain the GLS 600 or the Maybach. And if I'm pronouncing it incorrect, go ahead and put it in the comments. I'll put a LOL or laugh out loud emoji inside. And as for BMW, you're going to get a savings, but this is going to be quicker. So it's kind of a toss-up. I mean, let me know which way you would go in the comments. And if you're new to the channel, click the subscribe and the like, because all these clicks help with the algorithm so we can bring more performance vehicles to the channel. Power trunk lid going into 17.4 cubic feet of storage behind the third row. You're gonna have some bag holders here with a 12 volt. Underneath the floor, gets a spare tire. From front to back, we got a little bit over 21 inches. From side to side, we have 48.5 inches, just over 4 feet. You can lower the suspension in the rear, making it a lot easier to access your cargo capacity. fold down the third row, you simply push these buttons right here. It's going to fold down electronically at a 50-50 split, increasing cargo to 48.7 cubic feet or 51.5 inches, which is over 4 feet. And do the same thing for the second row on the other side. And this is going to split at a 40-20-40 split or a 60-40 split, increasing cargo capacity to 87.4 cubic feet or just over 7 feet at 85 inches from front to back. You pull the lever here and all of them are going to adjust at the same time. But this is a bi-turbo V8. We need to go inside, start it up so you can hear that exhaust note. .603 horsepower, which is awesome. Bi-turbo V8 handcrafted engine. I mean, I am infatuated with what you're getting as a overall blend, because it's not just a performance vehicle, but it's also a family vehicle, not practical by any means. But when you're thinking of the category that it's in, this is literally a supercar that is an SUV that can pretty much take bins. It is going to be top heavy, so don't go crazy, but this is still somewhat track worthy, and this is a 3-ton yacht. And that's nothing crazy, by the way. Now, it's not all pluses. You got to pay extra for the sound deadening, which is definitely a con. The interior, it can start looking a little bit dated in the sense of other companies are starting to make it look a little bit more elaborate, but it's also more plastic driven. Here it's not so much. Maneuverability, not going to be too much of an issue, but feedback in the steering, you're not going to get a lot of it, which when you start going into these performance variants, you want that. You will feel the vehicle vibrations inside, even though we have the dynamic engine mounts, because it just has so much power that's underneath the hood of this vehicle. Sound deadening though is good as long as you're in a Sport Plus mode, because you'll hear the exhaust filter in, so it does keep it more composed. Visibility is more than enough. Ride comfort though isn't too bad. It's going to be a lot more smooth than BMW, but not quite to the level of the Range Rover SV. I say that one's going to be the most soft suspension layout, even though you have wild size wheels there. Audi, you know, as soon as we get it in North America, we will see what the difference is here. But the handcrafted engine, the suspension layout, what they're doing here is by far amazing, because usually at this price point, and when you're looking to get this much power, it's something that it's going to be sitting in the garage. This, you can actually put a lot of miles as long as you're all right with getting around 17 to 20 mpg. Now, it's not going to be as smooth as the Maybach or the GLS 600, but you also lose power when you go that route. So it's kind of a give or take. Should you spend an extra $40,000, $50,000 on a vehicle when you're capturing everything here in one go? I don't like that you have to pay extra for the bench configuration and the chrome on the door handles. There's just a few things that kind of irritate me when you go into this type of price point. And I can understand maybe they think people are not going to look at it and they're not concerned. But still, give us some of these features for free, or don't charge us for some of the aesthetic features, because you didn't do any updates in the interior for a while now. Now, to show you the difference on lag, we're going to put it into a comfort mode. That was full throttle, by the way. It literally took a little bit of time, and then you see the RPM just finally escalated back down. Now we're going to put it into a Sport Plus. Going to do the same thing. Get over here. And it's the same. So the lag in between speeds can be a significant amount, and this is going to be something normal in pretty much every V8 until you start going into a near $200,000 price point. And even going into the Maybach, you're going to have the same lag in between. And a brake check, it's not bad. It's not going to stop on a dime like it should. I feel that they do need to make it a little bit more tight, but with Mercedes, it's all about upgrades. And now the moment that everybody's been waiting for, performance. I mean, it is quick. There's no doubt about it. When you got something this big that goes that fast on a 0 to 60, it's really too much of a vehicle for what it is. But it's great that you have this capabilities, because for people like me and some of the viewers that really enjoy sports cars slash supercars with this much performance, this can be daily driven. That's what makes it more unique. I like that they give you a little bit more standard amenities, but then I dislike that you pretty much have to gauge. I like that you get a pretty decent amount of standard amenities. I mean, you get all the desirable features. I would like to see some updates though, because it is starting to get a little bit dated. I like that it's not over the top with technology, but some of the features that you have to add are a little bit unique, because maybe you want it to be a 7-seat configuration. Maybe you want it to have the steering wheel and you want the chrome on the exterior. You want the center to heat up. I mean, at some point we need to start giving these features free, especially when you have a Maybach, and at that point you might as well consider that, because you're going to be unlocking almost all of those standard features. But I mean, let me know your thoughts in the comments, and if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. Check out this next video right here.